here I am again. Here I am again. You told me to go right, and I went left. You told me to tell the truth, but I lied. But here I am again. Here I am again. This is what I said. Lord, deliver me. All I see to do is hurt me. Hurt me. Oh, deliver me. All I see to do is hurt me. Hurt me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, deliver me. 'Cause all I seem to do is keep on making the same mistakes. But God, I need you to deliver me. Hey, 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 oh. Lord, deliver me, deliver me, deliver me. 'Cause all I seem to do is hide me. Oh Lord, hurt me. Yeah. And this is what we cry. Have anybody ever had to cry? Yeah. Please deliver me. God, I need you right now. Deliver me. Yeah, yeah. Come on, you can help me sing it tonight. You want to shout? Oh! Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I need you. Lord, I need you right now. Anybody need him right now? Deliver me. Y'all know what's next. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all know what's next? Let's see. Yeah. 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 Thank you, Lord. Oh, come on, shout. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. Yeah. This is my exodus. I declare it. This is my exodus. I'm saying goodbye to the old me. Lord, I don't want you to leave me. Lord, I thank you. Yeah. You can stop the track. Come on. This is. Yeah, yeah. Somebody ought to tell it. We got 5 more minutes on the clock. But somebody ought to declare it. Somebody ought to claim it. Somebody ought to believe it. Somebody ought to receive it. I can see it. Lord, I praise you. Lord, I praise you. Yeah. I'm here, baby. Yes, you did. Makes no difference what you're going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head up. Put a smile on your face. This is another test. It won't last always. So get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. Get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. I know you've been hurting deep down inside. Let me encourage you. It's gonna be alright. Troubles and trials come to make you strong. Keep on believing. You keep holding on. Get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. Get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. Sing it, Jesus. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Everybody say that with me. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. If you really believe it, God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Come on. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Oh, yeah. Come on, God's got a blessing. 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 With your name on it. With your name on it. God's got a blessing. 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 With your name on it. 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 How many of God's got a blessing with your name on it? Come on. Sing this with me. Come on, say. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Everybody. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. You say God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Come on. Everybody say God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Come on, Jay. God's got a blessing. 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 With your name on it. With your name on it. God's got a blessing. 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 How about that? With my name on it. 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 What do you say? With my name on it. 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 God bless you. Thank you for coming. And I love you. All right. I see my boy. God's got a blessing, baby. Yes, he did. Okay, so, all right, y'all. We gonna be in here, and we ain't gonna be in here that long. Not a long time before a good time, baby. Welcome in. Let me show y'all my little hot chocolate stuff right quick. See, I like, Michael, what you doing? Nothing.
Hey, y'all see that wonderful man right there? That's the one who paved the way for us to be able to, have the luxuries and to, But anyhow, so we ain't gonna be here that long. I got my chicken wings in there soaking in salt water. Yeah, I didn't just had chicken yesterday from where'd I get that chicken from? Church's Chicken. It was alright. But let's get back to some of the great content, y'all. So what we're talking about today, what is the topic, Michael? Hold on a second. Hold up. This fake pastor by the name, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. I got my phone where I can monitor and see now. Um, this fake pastor, how did I get on the screen? This fake pastor by the name of Jamal Bryant. Are you kidding me, sir? Are you kidding me right now? I mean, this dude here, he is doing the most. So we're gonna shout out to Roland. What is his name? Roland Martin, Unfiltered Daily Digital Show. Now I was mad in my own business, and I came across this, and I'm like, okay, y'all, just take a listen. Let's go.
Declare at the end of his more than a year-long Target fast. Many people said, how can you call for the end of a boycott when you were not the only person involved in the boycott? He took to his Jamal Bryant podcast to set the record straight. It was a more than 20-minute video he did. Here's an edited portion of his comments.
The very last thing I ever want to do is be a proponent of division or divisiveness. I want us to be together as one. This week, I failed at doing that. When it is that I called for the end of the Target fast, most in our community and culture were disappointed, angry, frustrated, and bewildered. What did it mean? Have you sold out? Have you given up? You wave the white flag? And emphatically, the answer is no. Publicly, privately, to the press and in conversation, I have heralded out loud.
Okay, y'all. This dude, see this, it's dudes like this who are, I don't really want to um say anything negatively about a deceased person who was in the civil rights movement but this type of rhetoric right here, this dude right here, he just makes me sick to my stomach. And for him to say that he doesn't he gives me, like I said, he gives me twinkle toes, the in his the way that he speaks. I just don't like him, sir, and I'm entitled to my own opinion. This is my opinion. I don't like you, and in my opinion, which is, let me do my first use disclaimer, y'all call. I don't like this dude at all. I don't like him. He just he y'all, I don't like him, and can't nobody make me like him. Ain't nobody gonna whoop my butt because I don't like him. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me because I don't like him. But I'm gonna read this fair use disclaimer right here under Section 107 Copyright Act 1976. Allowances for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Okay. So I'm doing a little teaching right now, sir, because it's dudes like you. But you know what? Y'all thinking y'all coming out here playing with on God's name? You're not gonna get away with that, sir. Y'all thinking y'all coming out here making all these mega bucks and stuff, thinking that y'all gonna keep playing in God's Jesus's face? You're not gonna get away with it, sir. And for you, it was women who started this boycott, from what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. When they started taking those black like books, anything that a black entrepreneur were having placed in those what's the name of the place? Target stores. When Trump came on and said we dismantling DEI, whatever it's called, you know what I'm saying? I mean, man, you make my stomach crawl. You know what I'm saying? You make my stomach crawl. Because if we don't stay, man, who cares how much money they losing? If they saying that a black woman can't place her items in Target because of this racist man that's running your country, well, our country, because I was born and raised here, you know, how could you go and say, okay, y'all, let's stop the boycotting? Were you, and for, you know, just to see the greed in you, sir, because you know, y'all sell out just for $1, man. Y'all gonna sell out for $1, and you sitting up there looking like the Rainbow Man, a tambourine player. I said it, meant it. Before I take something from it, sir, I'll add more to it. How you doing? In my Wendy Williams voice. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And, you know, keep flying. Because y'all keep flying. And Lord, Michael, don't say that, Michael. I'm not. But, dude, y'all thinking y'all heard, all this grandiosity and y'all just grand. You boy, you know. Yeah. Michael, choose your words correctly. You know, but I will say this to you, sir. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but oh my God, Michael, how do I say it? Other than he's a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite, dude. And you think, I don't care how intelligent you are, how intelligent you think you are, but you're not the sharpest tool in the toolbox, sir. You have somebody that's at your level. You know, I just don't have the means that you have, but I could get, Lord, Michael, calm down. You know what I'm saying? But you get the gist of it, right? Okay, so, sir, how can you, hey, Queen Boo, hey, Scorpio Mama, but how can you, honestly, how can you come and tell black women black women been, on the back burner since this country, since the biblical days. So how can you come on to a social media platform and tell a black woman that what you're doing is not right? Tell me. When you tell me, I'll end this chat, this thing. You can't tell me that. We have women in my chat whom like Miss Queen the Queen, she does knitting, you know what I'm saying? So you telling a big corporation to tell her that she cannot put her great work that takes time, that she can't put it in Target? What's wrong with you, dude? Something's really wrong with you. And then, sir, let me go to my Bible. Today ain't Sunday, y'all. We're doing Sunday service tomorrow, though. But all the things that you're doing in the churches is promoting prostitution, everything that's not godly, you're promoting in your church, and it's not allegedly. Sue me. Sue me. You are a piss poor excuse for a wannabe pastor. You giving me TD Jake vibes. He was in the Diddy thing. It's not alleged. They said he was in the PDD. I mean, in the Diddy. That's why he losing his health, all his health is spelling. Y'all better quit playing with God. And I'm not no religious fanatic. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all better start playing. Y'all better stop. Because when he come, he's coming. Y'all think, and then they say, when you go to hell, when you come out in one of these hot, steamy, hot summer, on one of these hot, we thinking we in hell, but they say it's 1,000,000 times hotter in hell, and that's where you're going, and that's where you belong. Cause you are a man. y'all see that, and I will continuously say, you know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, I'm gonna read my chats after a while because y'all give me sidetrack. I'm not gonna look at the chats right now because I'm on the road. But sir, how can you tell a black? How can you tell? Basically, what you're doing, you're telling the black women that they don't stand for that, and all they're supposed to do is make babies, stay at home, lay on their back, and do nothing while you go out here and make just do the most, you know. Because sir, I'm gonna tell you something. You, Michael, be real careful with your words. I am, you know, but sir, and then when that white man came onto your at your church, and you know, and he did the most, and basically saying your church is devilish, you know. I gotta find that because I don't want to be misquoting anything. So as of right now, everything here is allegedly, unless we hear what comes out of his mouth. I'm real smart, Mr. Bryant. I don't give you pastor nothing. I'll put you in the past, but I don't give you pastor nothing. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You really should. You really should. Looking like the rainbow man sitting up there in that chair. Look how your posture is. I believe your wife is my opinion. I'm entitled to my First Amendment right, for freedom of speech. You give me sissy boy. I don't care how you address it or whatever. And I believe that, you know, most of you in the closet preachers, y'all, you know you don't want no woman, and that's pretty. I was raised up around folk like you, sir, so I know it's not. This is something I've seen, you know. So you give me pants punk. That's what we used to call him back in the day, a pants punk. You know what I'm saying? That's what you give me. You know, you don't give me man at all. You know, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And then when you boy. Oh, Lord Jesus, Michael, be real careful with your words. I'm doing my best. You know, I have to do self-talk. That doesn't make me crazy. You probably think, oh, this ninja crazy as hell. I'm real smart, though. They say the crazy folks are smart. Okay? Real smart. CDL Class B, air brake student pastor endorsement. Serve, safe, cook certificate, culinary arts certificate. A variety. My resume goes a long way, sir. You know what I'm saying? But you are a washed up wannabe pimp. Because they say most homosexuals were pimps back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you give me, in my opinion. That's what you give me. Because, you know, sir, let's finish listening to Mr. Roland Martin, y'all, on this dude. Because I'm getting, my blood pressure is going up. Let's go.
Remarkable leadership of Attorney Nakima, Representative Nina, and Sister Soldier Tamika Mallory. I think that they are incredible leaders. And I don't want history to record that I try and in the way of the leadership.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. You, boy. I'm trying to be respectful to you.
Innovation.
Wait a minute. You don't want history to repeat, record, whatever you just said. You that same bootlicker that hated on Dr. Martin Luther King. This powerful, this wonderful man. Let me show you this man right here. Sir, you making me sick. Okay? Hold on a second. Look, you see this man right here, sir. You know, and they're saying allegedly that that Dr. Martin Luther King, who stood for something, was hated on by someone with the same kind of outfit you got on, is why he's no longer alive. Okay? You know, the rainbow, you know what I'm saying? Keep it there. Okay, so, sir, there is nothing that you can say to make me not think that you are hating on these black women. You're hating on them. And they feel they full in your church. And you promoting prostitution. And I mean, in my opinion, I wouldn't go to your church. And that's facts. Y'all, come on, let's finish listening to this piss poor excuse for a man.
For their courage, for their passion, and their fire. It was my intention then, as it is now,
He a good
to
speaker.
walk alongside them, but to never walk in front of them. Let the record reflect and show that it was Black women that started this movement.
Exactly. Exactly.
And-
Okay, pause this
It's
dude, because he's going to get on my nerves.
Privilege
Okay, wait a minute.
to stand
Hold
alongside.
up.
I am
Hold
grieved.
on, dude. Sir, you're exactly right. It was Black women who started this movement. So how you going to think that you just going to come in and bogart, and just because you have a large following as to where you can tell these Black women they ain't about nothing, and we ain't following that the women's supposed to follow behind the man or whatever. Man, if it wasn't for women, don't you know you need to have y'all. I can't remember exactly, but women were the first ones to invent certain things, first ones to open like hospitals, the first ones to become surgeons and things like that. Y'all, don't quote me on that, but if some of y'all in here know what I'm talking about, I just had to do some research, and I don't want to say something that I can't show proof of, right? But we need women. We need women for so many different reasons, sir. So many different reasons. And for you to come on here and try to disrupt something that they're trying to get their point across, man, I just don't get it. But you don't have no problem with them women putting that money in that basket and then go like that other fake pastor. I'm gonna have to start looking at y'all's what that dude say at y'all's tax return. Y'all right, because I'm tired of y'all playing in my face when tithes and off. Man, I don't know what's wrong with you Black men that's wanting to uphold a leadership position, but the way y'all going about it, sir, is not the way. You know what I'm saying? I can guarantee you one thing, sir. If I were to go to your church and say, oh, my mortgage is due, I don't have enough money for my rent, I don't have this and that and the other. Dude, you could never pimp me, okay? You could never. And I've said this one story before, y'all, where I had went to this one church, was going through my struggles and stuff back in the late 80s, early 90s. And I went to this one church, and, they took us to this church. And it's a big church, big church. And dude gonna say, now I know everybody in here got at least $5 in their pocket. At least, and y'all, I mean, that's back in the day, back in the mid to late 80s, early 90s. They was pimping then. Dude, I had got up out of my seat. I went outside and smoked me a cigarette. How can you tell me what I have in my pocket? At this time, I was coming off of homelessness, because I've experienced homelessness once I ran away from mom. I told y'all that, but y'all got to read my book. I'm still working on it. But I didn't have $1 in my pocket, and I didn't want to be embarrassed sitting there in the congregation and not able to put $1, at least $1 in that basket thing, and so that right there led me, because what man want to be in a church and can't pull $1 out of his pocket, So I would have felt embarrassed if I had to pass the basket past me. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say I would never. If anybody that I would support would be the Salvation Army. That's who helped me. You Black churches ain't gonna help it unless it's somebody that y'all know that's been putting money into y'all's basket. Those are the ones y'all gonna help. But an ordinary person that comes off the street and say, I need help with my light bill, my water bill, my gas bill, my rent, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not going to give up a hyphen and can be living high up the hall. And any time that you have these pastors pulling up at Benz's wife pulling up in a Rolls Royce or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm walking, catching the bus. I bet I don't. Why would I want to make you look better than me? I promise you I'm not. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. But come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's finish listening to this man. Oh, Lord, Michael, okay.
That because of the pain and the trauma and the triggers of leadership of days gone by, it was an immediate presumption.
Y'all can tell he's a
that
sissy.
We have been bought off, or that I have been bought off.
Yes, you have.
Tell you as
yes,
God
you
is
have.
Witness,
yes, you have, sir. Shut up quick. Shut up. Yes, you have been bought off, in my opinion. And I have an opinion. In my opinion, you have been bought off. You know. And you be cocky with your stuff. Like when they had this thing to come out about your wife when she out here looking like a prostitute up here on Truth somewhere. And you trying to, man, when have we seen back in my day, because you ain't too much farther than my age. When did we see our parents, our grandparents going up in the church house looking like a straight slut? Huh? Can you recall that? So what are you doing up in that church? That ain't nothing godly. You got to at least leave something to the imagination. She's showing everything. And that's godly, sir. Why do you think these Muslim women wear them long dresses, or whoever they are, wear them dresses and stuff? It's supposed to be to the imagination. You ain't going to see nothing on my woman. I'm real jealous, okay? You ain't going to see nothing. So what are you doing, prostituting that lady, sir? The mother of the church? Huh? Let me know, sir, because, all I could see is prostitution. Man, ain't no real man gonna allow his wife to come out dressed like a straight slut. Excuse my French, y'all, because I'm mad. I'm not gonna cut. You know what I'm saying? What are you teaching our babies? What are you teaching our young girls? You know what I'm saying? And I was actually watching something. I don't know if it was you. You was on something. I don't know if it was, but you were doing like a proms thing for the little girls in high school, saying they're going to be, and their expenses just, you know, sissies always got to outdo somebody, right? Oh, and the dresses are they're well over $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares about what the price of the, and so, you know what, sir? You need to be investigated for something, you know. If anybody in a high position that can investigate this dude, if you saying that, man, something ain't clean in that water, something ain't clean, you need to be investigated. You know, you really do need to be investigated because, you know, and it was one girl, y'all, I want to find that video, but it's going to take time and I'm not going to do it right now. But the one young lady that was in the congregation, I'd give her she's probably a high school little girl. And she was looking uncomfortable because she's like, I don't want to have no dress on. This is what I'm about in my mind. Because she just felt, I wish I had that. It's in my history, but it'll take too much time for me to go to actually get that. But she was looking uncomfortable, and she's like, don't nobody want to wear no dresses like that? Because she gave me kind of, you know what I'm saying. But you know, so how you gonna Michael, slow down, because I'm getting a headache. But dude, so that's the only thing that I could see that your church is about, whatever the name of it is about promoting prostitution. And that's my opinion. I didn't say that it was. I said that's my opinion under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, sir. Okay? Let me do this for you again. It's fair use, okay? So we're going to make sure you have a clear understanding that we're not over here bashing you or anything like that. It's fair use, and we have a First Amendment right of freedom of speech. So fair use disclaimer under Section 107, Copyright Act 1976, allowances for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Okay, so, and if I had a daughter, do you think I would allow her to come out there looking like like your wife was looking? Do you honestly believe that? And you want our little girls to go to a prom and she gonna be with a little boy and that could be the day that she get pregnant, sir? Huh? Make it make sense to me. Do you think that a real man want his daughter getting a dress from your wife's, whoever she got the dresses donated through, they designers, whoever? Do you think they want they baby girl? They only daughter? Matter whether how many daughters they have. Do you think they want their baby girl going to school, going on a prom, looking like a straight prostitute? I bet I wouldn't. And I don't think any man nowhere wants that. They be like, man, nah, you can keep that dress. My baby ain't going to school to no prom like that. Because, that's going to be the night she get pregnant at 15, 16 years old. And that's what you promoting, sir? And you proud of it? I'm sure you are, Because I'm telling you, give me Twinkle Toes, Rainbow Coalition, dude. Let's go. He's irritating me.
I am grateful to be free, to know that what it is that I do.
No, you ain't free. Hold on. Wait a minute. You're not free. You're not free because you haven't came to the realization of whom you really are, with your rainbow outfit on, Man, come on. There are signs and symbols in everything that we do, sir. You know what I'm saying? There are signs and symbols in everything that we do, But, I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. You might want your wife to plant. Y'all, this is not. Y'all, this is not. Y'all know I'm not going to say it because we might have some babies in there watching me with the grandbaby. So I ain't going to say it. I'm going to keep it cool. Let's go.
God to glorify. In this year, I would be derelict and irresponsible if I did not take a moment to thank the Chamber of Black Commerce, led by their fearless director, Ron Busby. He walked alongside us and said, Jamal, while it is that you're calling people away from Target, you should be directing people to Black business. So when 300,000 people signed up at targetfast.org, they received a digital directory.
Right, Miss Mary,
Black
I see you,
around
baby.
the country. Because we wanted to make sure that Black businesses thrived. Not only did we do that, but I want to thank 5 partner churches. In Houston, Texas. Pastor by Marcus Cosby. Reverend soon-to-be Congressman Frederick Douglass Haynes III at Friendship West Baptist Church. My comrade at arms, Dr. Charlie Dates in Chicago at the House of Hope. Reverend Stephen Green at Allen Cathedral in New York. And of course, right here in Atlanta, the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. Last year, we set up bullseye markets where over 100 vendors went to each location, geographically, regionally, so that Black people would circulate their dollars and understand that we have a responsibility to exercise the Kwanzaa principle of cooperative
Dude, you know what,
economics.
sir? You know what, sir?
I want to pause.
Mr. Jamal, sir.
And
Hold on, shut up for a second.
My heartfelt commendation
Yeah, my computer.
to the Black businesses who over this.
You know what, Jamal, sir? I'm trying to give you some grace. You must have gotten a lot of backlash from the deal that you did to try to, where you went in and tried to discredit Black women for standing for what they believe in, and that's boycotting. That's what we, back in the civil rights movement, when we're being wronged, sir, that's what we were taught to do. We were taught to stand up for ourselves. And for you, sir, I cannot, y'all, hold on a sec, hold on a sec, This dude is really aggravating me. He's really aggravating me. I mean, this dude, y'all, it seems like when these folk like this get a certain level, they start selling out, And so that's why I believe that he needs to, they need to check a cup. He's about money, everything is about money. Like I said prior to what I just said, earlier, that he gonna tell these baby girls that I think they got like 50 something dresses that they're gonna give away 100. Don't quote me. I gotta get the video, so that's allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, sir? So there is no way. And like Mama Mary in my comments said, Giselle is not gonna let her dress his 3 daughters like that. I bet you she ain't. She ain't trying to be no grandma and her daughter 12, 13 years old dressing like that. You got some creeps out here. Like this dude right here. He has to be a creep. And if they're not his kids, I wouldn't be surprised if he's looking at her daughters, allegedly. If they ain't his, he don't care. That's, child, it's a lot of these creepy men that get women with young daughters to, and you know what I'm saying? A child couldn't do nothing for me. But you got creeps that's in these different organizations like this, these churches, and they can speak and quote the Bible front and back, front and back. And, and it'll go up on the radar. And then, the black kids talk, don't you say nothing that what go on in this house, stay in this house. No, because what goes on in this house that stays in this house is going to make me sick for the rest of my life. No, I'm telling. Because you're a grown man or a grown woman and you following a child, and I'm supposed to just hold that in my whole life, and then when I get in my 50s, my 60s, now I'm going to speak about it? No. You done rented too much space in my head. It's time for me to expose you for who you are. I'm not saying you, Jamal. I'm just saying in general. So don't try to, because everything here is allegedly, okay? Even my name, Michael Stovall, is allegedly, okay? Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. Everything here is allegedly. Even my name, Michael Stovall, is allegedly, okay? How you doing? In my Wendy Williams voice. Okay, y'all, so let's finish listening to this creep, in my opinion.
Here have had to pivot and had to contort because of the adverse impact of this boycott. The black businesses that were on the shelves of Target, who have seen a significant drop in sales because we were not there. We want you to know that we love you, we support you, we stand with you.
But Jamal, I'm gonna call you Jamalina. Jamalina. I'm wondering, what made you come out and just want to all of a sudden say, oh, what happened? What happened? Did your congregation decrease or something like that? Because, apparently you were going full force on, when, you know what I'm saying? Dude, they even dropping out my chat. They don't even want to hear no more from you. But I just thought that I'd bring this to my chat's attention and stuff to my, but unless that was all your people over here listening and watching and, but I don't care. Like I said, I was the only person in my chat for a long time when I first started my other channel. And y'all, if y'all new to the channel, please make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We went away from 600. We're growing the channel. We're trying to get to another 100 and another 100, you know what I'm saying? So we can get monetized. Once I reach that 600 mark, we need 400 more subscribers. So make sure y'all go tell y'all cousin them so y'all can, support the channel, so y'all make sure y'all go tell y'all cousin them. I'm one away from 600. And if I get 600 tonight, that may make me come on, y'all. and we're gonna just celebrate and shout, and for the 600. So make sure we get 600 subscribers, y'all. We at 599, baby. But I'm gonna grow this channel. You know what I'm saying? I think I've been doing a pretty good job. So I want to say once again, thank you to all my new subscribers, my loyal subscribers, my seasoned subscribers, my moderators, Miss Mama Mary, Vanessa K, my YouTube sister, and then her husband, my brother Robert Bailey, brother-in-law, YouTube brother-in-law. Shout out to them for doing, I just appreciate folks, I mean, they ain't doing nothing, but I'm just joking. But y'all, yeah, so shout out to me. Let's get that one more subscriber so we can be at 600 and beyond. If you go to your cousin and they're like, y'all go over there and subscribe. It don't cost you nothing, baby. Now if you choose to, support, then that's a whole different thing. But baby, go ahead and support the channel. Hit that like button. If there's anything that you don't like about my great content, in my mind, go ahead and hit that dislike button. Just so that I know what I need to do better. Okay, so let's go. Let's listen back to this bum.
We can be of a benefit and an ally. I want you to know that we are committed to it. The authors who pulled your books off of the shelves because you stand in alignment and stood in agreement, I am most grateful for you making the sacrifice.
This dude, he's making me
for the larger
sick.
good.
Okay, it's enough for hearing from him. Okay, y'all, he's making me sick. We're gonna go to this black woman who's laying and toying, baby. Let me see what her baby. She's letting him have it. So, and she's interrupted. She's not letting Roland Martin say nothing. Y'all take a listen to her because he's making me sick. Let's go.
Civil rights attorney, co-founder of the National Target Boycott, joining us from Minneapolis. Nakeem, glad to have you on the show. First off, there's been all sorts of, a lot of people don't even understand the timeline, all sorts of who's doing what. And the reality is your group called for a boycott in Target, boycott of Target. Nina Turner's group called for a boycott of Target. Both of those commenced on February 1st. And Pastor Jamal Bryant's Target fast started on March 5th, which was initially supposed to last for 40 days and then go further. So in terms of where, so talk about what has happened over the past year in terms of your organization in this boycott, and how have you been marshaling folks nationwide?
Well, first, I want to say I feel like I just watched a theatrical performance.
Right.
And I need a palate cleanse after what I just heard, which I do not feel is genuine based upon my own experience in dealing with Jamal Bryant. Oh. He knew full well what he was doing when he flew to the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. to call a press conference trying to end the National Target boycott. The amount of upheaval that he has caused is absolutely absurd for us as a community to be dealing with when we have shown unity and coming together and withholding our dollars from Target Corporation. Remember, a company that's based right here in Minneapolis, and all the harm that Target has done. So I am just so deeply disturbed at the actions of Jamal Bryant, not just this week with the foolishness of calling this boycott and calling an end to the boycott and claiming he didn't know what was happening, but from the very beginning, when I saw his attempts to co-opt the work of Black women organizers regarding this boycott, people who lived in the Twin Cities, which I specifically conveyed to him as to why this boycott was so important because of the promises that were made after the murder of George Floyd at the hands of the police. And what did he do? He gaslit me when I said, you are trying to co-opt our work. He had a publicist book him on shows like yours, CNN, The Breakfast Club, to peddle a false narrative positioning him as the leader of this boycott.
But it wasn't.
What makes it even more offensive is the fact that women are the ones who have sustained this boycott. Black women, white women because we control the discretionary income in our households. So you just subjected me to that. I had to respond to it. I couldn't just answer your question as if that theatrical performance didn't just happen.
But but the boycott also didn't just involve him. You also had former Representative Nina Turner. You also had Tamika Mallory, co-founder of Until Freedom, and their organizations as well. And then, of course, it spread like wildfire. I mean, Target's memo that they claim was leaked drops January 24th. January 25th, Nina Turner and her organization calls for Target to put DEI back in place, or they were going to launch their boycott on February 1st. On January 29th, you posted on Instagram about your news conference and launching the boycott on February 1st. And then, of course, you had local folks who were on the ground. You had pastors and churches. And then, of course, you had the contingent here in Washington, D.C. that was protesting every week outside of Target. So it wasn't.
And we are the ones who live in the place where Target is headquartered. Because if any of these people had the power to call and sustain a boycott, then they could have done it in their cities. When you have places like Walmart, Amazon, many other companies that rolled back DEI, and all these people were silent. In our town, when things happen, guess what? We're boots on the ground right away. We don't have to be online calling for a boycott because Target is headquartered here in Minneapolis. So that is what gives us the advantage in this conversation. But if this is a hometown company that made a specific pledge in the aftermath of George Floyd being killed, and the people who stood up and fought for George Floyd were the ones who declared that this boycott would happen. So let's not get it twisted and bring in everybody and their grandma when you know full well that Target is headquartered here. That's why Tamika, that's why Nina, that's why Jamal had to go to Washington, D.C. to call this press conference, because they're not welcomed in Minnesota after their actions.
But Nakima, Target,
been disrespectful to people in Minnesota who have launched and sustained this boycott along with our people around the nation. Because I got to give it up to Black folks around the nation for having self-discipline, making a conscious decision that they're not going to spend their Black dollars in Target, and calling out that we all witnessed this week.
But that's my whole point.
Jamal Bryant tried to call off this boycott.
But that's
our people.
But that's my point.
Standing firm and not believing the hype from media outlets who are pretending that they don't know what the truth actually is.
But that's my point. There are people in the country who have participated. And so even though Target is based in Minneapolis, you've had people across the country. You've had other folks in other cities.
It's a national boycott.
Right, I understand that. That's
around the country. But don't dilute the leadership of the people on the ground in Minnesota. Because you and I had a conversation about this very thing. And I told you at the time that Jamal, Tamika, and Nina are not credible.
Okay.
That is why I would not join the national coalition that you wanted to form in the middle of all of this.
No, you and I had a conversation. You and I had a conversation.
Well, we had a text or email.
Right. No. No, I'm going to say what it is.
I said to you that they're not credible, and they're not.
No, I'm going to say what it is. Hold on, one second. One second. I'm going to hold on 1 second. Nakima.
Stand with this man in Washington trying to call for an end to the boycott. Now they're trying to save face, talking about they're still in it. We don't need you in it. Go find something else to do with your time that doesn't involve confusing Black America at a time like this. How can you stand with this man in Washington, then turn around and say, oh, I'm still boycotting. Oh, my organization. No, you made a choice, and so did we.
So I'll say this. So again,
for any of it.
So for the purpose of the audience, when there was the meeting with Reverend Al Sharpton and the CEO of Target, the former CEO of Target, and Pastor Jamal in April, then there was a whole lot of back and forth. That's when you and I talked, and I texted because one, I was asking what communication was taking place between y'all. That's when you said you did not want to work with them. That took place in April of 2020. So what I am,
and I told you why. I said
I got you.
Work with them, and they don't have integrity, Roland. As you just saw this week, that is a clear example of them not having integrity.
So I'm asking you this.
Why would Tamika and Nina show up in Washington when this man's agenda was to call for an end to the boycott? Now they're backtracking, claiming the boycott is still on. We don't need this kind of confusion in our community. They can, if they this organizing prowess that they claim, then prove it and show us what else you can do. We don't need their help with the Target boycott, obviously. And if the Target boycott wasn't successful, you wouldn't have a divide and conquer strategy where they're sitting here meeting with white leadership from Target, calling for an end to the boycott and nothing to show for our community.
So the question,
it's a bunch of garbage.
So I'm gonna go
and
back.
It's not from serious people don't do things like this.
And I'm gonna go back to the
they
original,
don't.
I'm gonna go back to the original question. You're saying the boycott is you said that. So the question is, what is
we said it from day one that it was an indefinite boycott.
And I'm asking,
it wasn't
one second. What is your plan of action for the boycott? 2, what are your demands of Target? What are your specific demands of Target? And 3, have those been articulated to the Target leadership?
First of all, when we sent out our press release on January 28th of 2025 announcing the Target boycott, we listed our demands at that time and during our press conference that happened on January 30th. And as a matter of fact, 2 of our demands wound up on the targetfast.org website because of the trickery of these people involved. So that's number one.
One second. For the people who don't know your press release, what are those 2 demands?
Well, the first one is that the most obvious one is that Target reverses its decision to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion. That should be obvious. The second demand is for Target to account for the $2.1 billion that it pledged in 2021 in the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd. Our third demand has to do with Target's involvement in increasing the incarceration rate in Hennepin County, Minnesota, leading to a young man by the name of Mahdi Ali, a young immigrant who at 16 years old wound up in prison for 2 murders he did not commit. Target had contributed funds to the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, and they said, we don't just want arrests, we want convictions. And then they sent 2 forensic analysts to testify at his trial, leading to a wrongful conviction of a young man of color. This man is now over 30 years old and still in prison for murders he did not commit. Target needs to make amends for all of these things. So when I'm on your show and I'm talking seriously about these issues, it's hard for me to ignore people who are unserious when it comes to accountability, when it comes to truthfulness, when it comes to holding the line for Black America. That is what we have experienced. So even for me to have to sit there and listen to this man go on and on and on with the theatrical performance before I came on you to talk about something real is offensive. And I'm just tired of it. We have bigger fish to fry in the Black community. We're dealing with the attacks by the Trump administration. We're dealing with ICE busting people's doors. We're dealing with them trying to erase Black history. We're dealing with hundreds of thousands of Black women who have been unemployed since Trump took over again. And now here we are in the midst of all of this, dealing with some foolishness that didn't even have to happen. So no, we don't need Tamika or Nina involved in any further organizing around the Target boycott. They helped to make this mess. They need to take that energy and go with Jamal and do something else.
So the question is, who is allowed to participate? So if there are other organizations,
everybody else.
No, 1 second. No, 1 second. Hold on. Nakima, 1 second. If there are organizations, if they're out there who want to participate, what is the process to bring them into the fold?
They're more than welcome to participate. The process is to continue getting the word out that the boycott is still going on.
Here's my point.
Communities where, well, I am an organizer, Roland. You are a media person. Okay, let's understand.
I know that. And so what I'm asking is
how many protests, demonstrations, everything else that I have successfully organized. So as an organizer, understanding decentralized leadership, it's asking people, well, number one, continue to spread the word in your networks and in your community that boycott is still going on, and as a matter of fact, to double down. Number two, if people want to organize actions within their community, whether it's a demonstration outside of Target, in Target, letter writing, please do that. People can know how to participate, and they have been. My problem comes in when you have people positioning themselves as leaders who have a completely different agenda to co-opt, to cause confusion, to call off a successful boycott. Why are you involved? You made your bed at the Washington, D.C. Press Club.
So the reason I asked the question,
okay,
so the reason I asked the question,
the boycott was over.
So
why are you continuing to be involved?
The reason I asked the question, because you just said decentralized. And so if there is somebody else out there, another organization who decides to do it, and then all of a sudden, let's say they start taking meetings with Target. So what I'm asking is, if you're saying, hey, we're leading this boycott, we're Minneapolis based, how do you want to communicate and convey when it comes to strategy, when it comes to doing all of that with other folks who are getting involved, as opposed to them doing whatever it is they want to do? Because if that's the case, you may find yourself in the exact same situation we're in right now. So how
we won't find ourselves in the exact same situation, because the vast majority of the people in the lead in their cities actually have integrity and are operating with integrity. Did you see any of them calling a press conference in Washington, D.C. trying to end the boycott? No, what you see is collective action. People using social media to get the word out, people holding demonstrations like they've been doing in Washington, D.C. in front of Target to get the word out, people working through their networks, people sending letters to Target, writing op-eds, withholding their spending, finding other places to shop. Even when Reverend Al Sharpton was taking people into Costco as a part of the strategy. That is not the same as what Jamal Bryant, Nina, and Tamika Mallory have done. So please don't try to conflate the two.
No, actually, I'm not conflating. I'm not
talking about organic organizing, which is what people are doing. And some people have taken meetings with Target. And that's fine and dandy if that's what they want to do. It doesn't mean that there's going to be an end to the boycott simply because someone takes a meeting with Target. We were offered a meeting with Target, and you know what we said? We will only meet with Target if the starting point for the conversation is them reversing their decision to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion. If that is not on their agenda, you're not going to waste our time. We're not playing these games with these people. We are winning as a community. So why would we retreat and suddenly end a boycott that is actually successful and powerful and is mobilizing our community? I'm encouraging people to get involved with the boycott, but to have good intentions, to operate with integrity, and to be. Have y'all communicated?
Well, one second, Nakima. And I've got 2 more minutes because I've got 3 guests waiting. The question.
Well, you spent 10 minutes letting us watch the theatrical performance.
First of all, Nakima. First of all, this is my show, and I covered that today. No, Nakima, one second. Nakima. I played that because it actually happened today. And so that's why I played it. It still is news. Whether you disagree with it or not.
Doesn't matter.
Well, first of all, whether you disagree or not, it's news. So I was going to play it. So it got played. Okay, well, that's your interpretation. I'm still going to play it for the big.
Okay, y'all. Okay, Roland, you know what I'm saying? I mean, with all due respect, sir, I respect you. But I mean, for so long we have not listen to our black women. Man, don't you know them as the most, black women are everything. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, with all due respect, let the woman have a voice. I mean, that's just how black women are. They, they have to be heard, and they, as well as they should be. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why you're being patient with her, because she reminds you so much of your mother, your sister, your aunties, your cousins, that, man. But I respect you for allowing her to give her, you know, you didn't cut her off. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, black women has been through so much, man, for centuries, you know? And so I, being a black man, I want my sister, my mama, my aunties, you know, my baby mamas, you know, I'm joking, but you know, now, you know, but they need to be heard, man. You know, these are, you know, black women been tolerated so much over throughout the years, man. And y'all, tomorrow when I come on, tomorrow we're gonna do the same time about 12 o'clock, 12:30. You know, we're gonna do some Black history on black women, what they've been through, you know. And they're the most, see, black men can't handle all that stress these black women go through every day. You know what I'm saying? They have to be second, third, too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just don't agree with all the bullcorn, all the shade being thrown at black women and stuff like that. You know, I just don't agree with it. You may not agree with me, but it is what it is, and I have my own opinion. All right, y'all. Let me see. But this computer's like messing up. I need to go restart that thing back there because it's making it go real slow. I'm trying to get all my chats in, y'all. After this, I'm out. I see you, Judge Shady Court's in the building. Yes, he did. See, I'm just gonna read him because I can't put him on screen because he's going too slow. My brother-in-law Robert Bailey's in the building. Mary says, "Hey, Robert." Robert said, "Hey, Mom Mary." Giselle won't let him dress her 3 daughters like that. I can promise you she won't. He doing, Queen said he doing everything, directing people to everything instead of salvation. Exactly. Mom Mary says, Queen, exactly. Mom Mary said Jamal wears some wild clothes himself. Yeah. Judge Shady, hey, Mike and crew, hey, Sugar Puggers, Judge Shady's in the building. Hey, Judge Shady, hey, Mom Mary, she's right. My, she's right. Black women are very, black women are very strong. IMO. Okay, so all right, y'all. I've been on here for a minute. Make sure y'all support the channel, baby. It is a business, you know, everything's hard. You know what I'm saying? If you just got $1 or $2, you know, throw me a bone or something, baby. I've been working. But anyhow, y'all, I was tired, boss, and I'm ready to go in there and find me something to eat. I ain't going there. What I got in there, man? I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do my oxtails tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Cause I think I'm gonna do oxtails. I'm gonna do them in the oven. I was trying to wait till I should have did them today because today's really nice outside. I should have did them today, but nah, I'm gonna do them for Sunday. I'm gonna make some barbecue oxtails, and I'm gonna show y'all how the deals fall off the bone. And some green beans and macaroni and cheese. I don't know. I know I'm doing oxtails tomorrow, y'all. So stay tuned for that. Actually, later on this evening, I'm gonna take them out the freezer, and I'm gonna put them in the oven and make them barbecue oxtails. So, all right, y'all. I was tired, boss. Let me take him down off my thing. Roland, don't sue me because I ain't got nothing. I'm trying to help promote you as well as myself. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, we one away from 600 subscribers. So make sure that y'all go tell y'all cousin them. Y'all, I was tired, boss. Who loves you, baby? God loves you. I love you. Ain't got to go home, baby, but you got to get up out of here. I'll see y'all in the next one. Laters.